Today is 13th of the August 2023, and our topic for today is probability. Okay, and before I begin the lesson, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been watching our videos. Please subscribe, share, like, and follow, etc. on especially depending on which platform you are using. Okay, if the videos have been helpful to you, please share and like and leave us a comment, a nice comment. Okay, thank you very much. I usually write in the comment section, please follow my notes /script. Okay, when I upload the videos, at times I realize that maybe I said things wrong. Like, for instance, this is 3v minus 4 plus 5t equals w. Okay, so if you end up hearing 3 minus 4v, no, it's 3v minus 4. Okay, these are my notes, so I've taken time to do it and read it over and over again before I'm sharing. So, or if you say here 3r, no, it's a v. Okay, so please, if I'm explaining something where the pen is pointing, is what you should go by. Okay, and then scammers. It doesn't surprise me. Beware of scammers. Okay, I won't come online with a link asking you to send us money, or with account number asking us to send money so that we can donate to a charity or an orphanage, or maybe some project somewhere. No, it's not me. I won't send you a WhatsApp link to chat with anyone. Okay, and I won't send you a friend request. So if you are getting those under our page or with this page, it's not me. They are scammers. Please report them. Now, recap from our last lesson. We're making finding the subject basically. So we're making variables of numbers. Okay, and we said that until you get to that last step where you've made the variable they're asking you the subject, then you haven't finished. Okay, so a quick recap here is make v the subject. So the equation is 3v minus 4 add 5t equals w. Okay, so we need to make 3 the subject, 3v the subject. So our final equation should be v equals something, but here it is not. Okay, so let's see what we'll do. So yesterday we said, first of all, try and be careful and do it systematically. So this is 5t plus 5t. If I move it to the other side of the equal to sign, it becomes a minus. Okay, because if I subtract 5t from here, this becomes a 0. Then I have to do the same back there. If I add 4 here, this becomes a 0, so I have to do the same on the other side. So when I move 5t here, I have w minus 5t. Now if I move minus 4 to the other side, it becomes w add 4 minus 5t. But we still have 3v. Okay? So now 3v equals w add 4 minus 5t. Okay, so our v now, since 3 is multiplying v, we need to divide by 3 on both sides. So if we divide by 3, the 3 cancels out. So we have all these, okay, divided by 3. So w add 4 minus 5t divided by 3. Okay, so this is equal to, you can leave your answer this way, or as I said, it becomes 1/3 w add 4 minus 5t, where 1/3 affects everything in your bracket. Okay, so this is what we've been doing in our last lesson. We've done some probability before, but it's just the basis. So today I'm quickly going to take you through probability, and then I'm going to quickly show you what we want to do. Okay, so probability is the chance of an event happening. Okay, so normally it's ways of an event happening over all the possible sets of outcomes. Okay, I did this before, so if you don't understand, you can go to one of the videos. We've done some probability work. So for instance, if you toss a coin, you have a head or a tail. So the outcome will either be a head or a tail. Okay, so probability of getting a head is half. Probability of getting a tail is also half, because you only have two sides. Now, example 2. When you roll a dice, you have 6 possible outcomes. You can either get a 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Okay? So the probability of rolling a die and getting a 1 is 1/6. Probability of getting a 2 is 1/6. Probability of getting a 3 is 1/6. Probability of getting a 4 is 1/6. Getting a 5 is 1/6. To get a 6 is 1/6, because all these are the side. So when you throw a dice, okay, you can either have any of this outcome. Okay, now in our last video we saw that the probability scale is between 0 and 1. Okay, so we cannot have a probability answer beyond 1, and we can't have a probability answer below 0. So a probability answer cannot be negative 1.1, and it cannot be positive 10. Okay, it will always be in between 0 and 1. So you can get your answer as a decimal, as a fraction, okay, or as a percentage, okay, less than 100, depending on what they're asking you to do. Now, when it's 0, it's an impossible event. Okay, so at this time of the day, I will not be able to visit a farm now. I won't. Okay. So it's an impossible event. Okay. An unlikely event is a visit to the corner shop, unless I get some visitors coming in, then and I need to get something for them, which I don't have. It's unlikely. I'm not sure. So it's nearly equal to 0. But I can't rule it out, because if I need something from the corner shop, then I'll have to go. But I don't need anything. That's why I said it's unlikely. Okay. Even it's halfway between 0 and 1. Okay. So, for instance, it might rain today. So far, it hasn't rained, but the day hasn't ended, and there are some clouds in the skies. So we might have a little bit of rain or not. Okay, I don't know. Okay, now between 0.5 and 1 is likely. Okay, so it's likely I might go and get some groceries tomorrow in the shop, but it's likely I might not. If I wake up in the morning and I don't need it, and I don't feel too well, then I might not do that. I might postpone it to the next day, even though I need some groceries. Okay, but if I can do without them, then it's likely I might not go. But it's also likely I might go and get some, because I wouldn't want to be spending too much money in the corner shop. Okay, so if I go to the shop, it's cheaper, a lot cheaper than the corner shop. But so that's why I put it as likely. So I might. Okay, now a certain event is like I've had my dinner tonight. Okay, so if I wasn't going to have dinner because I ate earlier, then but I've already had dinner, so that is a certain event. Okay. So these things help us to understand probability. Okay, now I have an example here for you. It's about pegs, because I remember the last time we did an example on pegs. Okay, so the example I have here is it's a bag full of 30 pegs. Okay, we have 3 green pegs, we have 7 yellow pegs, we have 11 blue pegs, okay, 5 red pegs, 4 white pegs. They are all in a bag. Okay, they won't give you the total, you have to find it yourself. I did the total myself. Okay, they'll just give you the question. And then when I did it, I broke it down. So if I put all the pegs in the bag and I want to pick a green, 3 green pegs means 3 out of 30. So that will be 1 divided by 10. That will be the probability. Okay. 7 yellow pegs means 7 out of 30. To pick a yellow. Okay. 11 blue pegs means 11 out of 30 if I have to pick a blue peg at random. 5 red pegs means the probability of picking a 5 at random will be 5 divided by 30. So if I reduce it to the lowest form, 1/6, this and this are identical. Okay, we've done a lot of this in the beginning videos, so at least by now I'll expect you to understand 5 is a factor here. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, 30 divided by 5 is 6. Okay, now 4 white pegs, so the probability of getting the 4 is 4 out of 30, which is 2 out of 15. In an exam condition, you don't have to do this if they're not asking you. I'm just trying to show you how you can do a probability question. Okay, so now we know the probability of each color. Okay, what is the probability? Now the question, what is the probability of picking a white? Okay, we've already done that here. A white is 4 out of 30, which is 2 out of 15. So the number of white pegs divided by the total number of pegs. So that will be 4 out of 30, 2 out of 15. If you reduce it, you have 8. Half 4, you get 2. Half 30, you get 15. So that is our answer here, and the same thing here. Okay. Question again. What is the probability of picking a blue or a white? Okay. Now, the probability of picking a blue is 11 out of 30, which I've written here because there are 11 pegs. They're out of a total of 30. What is the probability of picking a white? I've done it in the beginning. So the probability of picking a white is 2 out of 15 because there are 4 pegs out of 30. So 2 out of 15. Now, if I use 2 out of 15 and that they are identical, but because blue's probability is 11 out of 30 and we've done fractions, if we are adding and the numerator is the same, then it's easier for us to add. So I'll use 4 out of 30 instead of 2 out of 15. You remember what I told you about identities? These 2 out of 15 and 4 out of 30 are identical. So instead of using 2 out of 15 here, I'll rather use 4 out of 30. Okay, the probability is picking a blue or a white. If I add all the blues and the white, it's 15. So straight away I can write 15 out of 30. But if I want to do the probability of blue and the probability of white, then I have to add them, because they said what is the probability of picking a blue or a white? And together there are 15 of blues and whites. Okay, so straight away your answer will be 15 out of 30, or probability of a blue is 11 out of 30. Add probability of a white, which is 4 out of 30. So now we have a half, because 15 out of 30 is basically half. So we have 30 pegs. 11 is blue, 4 is white, and that's basically half of the pegs. So that's why the answer is half. Okay. Now let's look at what we have here. If the peg is picked at random, what is the probability that is not a white? Okay. We know that the probability of it being a white is 4 out of 30. So if we take away 4 out of 30, we have 26 other pegs. Okay, so 26 divided by 30 will be 13 out of 15. So for it not to be a white and it to be any other color, then it's 13 out of, because it means you are not going to pick a white. So you are looking for a probability of not picking a white. Or you know that the total probability should always be 1. So 1 minus 2 out of 15. So your 1 here, because you are dealing with fractions, you can write it as 15 out of 15 identities again. Okay, because you are looking for the probability of not being a white. So you can have 1 minus 2 out of 15 there. So instead of 1, I'll write 15 out of 15 minus 2 out of 15, which is 13 out of 15. So that is why I have this probability answer. Okay, so far we've done this in our earlier clips. Okay, but I want to take you a little bit deeper and challenge you with some few stuff in probability. So that's why I've brought this topic up again. Okay, so this is basically, today is basically a recap of everything we've done so far on probability. Okay, you can, if today you don't understand this, you can go back and just rewatch with what we've done. Okay, it's very, I went a bit slowly. It's self-explanatory. So this is the basis of what we want to do, okay, in the next few lessons. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.